Did Richard Heart reveal something big on the Bitboy Crypto show? In this video, we'll be looking into why Richard Heart went to Bitboy Crypto show and what he revealed about PulseChain and PulseX to the audience. Hello and welcome to ABCrypto. If you're new to our channel, just hit that subscribe button below and hit the notification bell to receive any new video updates. You can also follow us on TikTok at _ABCrypto_, and if you want to read some more about today's topic, you can get the links down in the description below. But without further ado, let's get started. Right now, both PulseChain and PulseX are doing the impossible. First, the problems they're solving are quite something on their own because the network has so many useful things including security, privacy, higher speeds, and cheaper transactions. And secondly, for a project to gather this much hype in such a small amount of time is unheard of. All of this success is because of one man, and that's Richard Heart. When people say he's different, they're not lying. For better or for worse, Heart is definitely different, and so is the way he does things. He's a person that if he wants to dance or dress ridiculously, he will, no matter where he is or how he looks. Basically, Heart is a man who doesn't care about what others think and only abides by his own vision and dreams. To him, whatever he does or wants to do is what matters regardless of how the world thinks about him. And what's interesting is despite all of that, Heart gets things done because not only did he manage to change the fate of himself and his family by becoming a billionaire, but also because he gave others a chance to earn massive gains by ensuring that Hex did a 10,000x. Unfortunately, people just didn't care too much back then, but now when he says he will once again give people a chance to change their futures with both PulseChain and PulseX, it turns out many people are listening. They're listening because they don't want to let go of another guaranteed opportunity, which suggests how much the world trusts him now. This is exactly why we saw Heart making an appearance at Bitboy Crypto, which is one of the top crypto channels on YouTube. What's interesting about Bitboy Crypto is that the show's host, Ben Armstrong, just a little while ago wasn't really a big fan of Richard Heart or of Hex. Back in the day, he supported Terra Luna instead of Hex, but we all know who came out to be more successful. Due to this now, he is changing his past allegiance and giving Richard Heart another chance. But the question is, does he even have that choice anymore? Before inviting Richard Heart to the show just a few days back, Bitboy talked about how he unapologetically now likes Richard Heart and also said Heart is for all the right reasons one of the best people in the crypto sphere that is out there trying to make a difference. And just after that, Bitboy Crypto finally invited Richard Heart to his show. Their interview wasn't very long, but Richard Heart talked about some important things largely about the launch of PulseChain and PulseX. For one, when Bitboy asked about when the users can expect PulseChain and PulseX, Heart said it is very difficult to come up with an exact date, especially when you are dealing with a very complex set of code. Heart also said it was his mistake earlier to give the community some clarity on the launch date when in reality, his senior dev team said there is still plenty of issues that need an urgent look. So to put it all simply, due to the complexity of the code and the need for rigorous corrections, Heart has made it very clear that he cannot give an exact date to when PulseChain or PulseX will be launched. This means it can happen next month or it can happen months from now. But Richard Heart has promised that it will be launched, and he, along with his team, is doing everything in their power to make sure that it comes out at its earliest, and when it does, it is as flawless as it gets. And that's it. Unfortunately, that is not the news we know many of you were hoping to get revealed, but what is for certain is that we do have confirmation that Heart and his team are making sure PulseChain comes out as one of the most promising projects as it has been disclosed in its white paper. And so far, that promise seems to be working. We can also infer that with Richard Heart's influx of recent public appearances and interviews with well-known experts, as well as the documentary that's coming, his marketing campaigns are heating up, which can only mean the launch is close. PulseChain and PulseX have captured people's attention, which doesn't just include small investors or the big ones, but also some of the most renowned people in the crypto space right now who are turning bullish towards Richard Heart and his projects. Basically, if you can't compete with them, join them. That is precisely the best way to put it, and Bitboy Crypto inviting Richard Heart to his show is proof. Regardless, the bigger picture not only suggests that PulseChain is under development as we speak, but it also reveals that the whole world has eyes on it, and now it has become just too big to be ignored. And as time passes, this will only grow. And if you do want to get ahead of the game for PulseX, make your way to pulsextokens.com. Here you can also list new token projects for free, vote for your community's project, and utilize their free PulseX faucet. Prior to the launch of PulseX, you can use this free PulseX faucet where you can earn 100 PulseX per day that will be queued up and given to you at launch in exchange for getting their name out there. You can use my personal link down below and can become an affiliate yourself to earn 20% from any users who join using your link. So, what do you think? Do you think Bitboy Crypto has also invested a small portion in PulseChain, or is it just him killing time by calling over Richard Heart to his show? Please don't forget to let us know your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. This brings us to the end of today's video. We hope you guys found this video resourceful and entertaining, and if you have any more information to add to improve to the content in this video, please do so down in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and if you loved watching this video, send us those likes. We thank you guys for watching and see you in our next video.